If I could go back to myself 30 years ago, the younger version of me, and say to him one thing, I would say, one of the most important things you need to understand, buddy, is that the ultimate goal that you're working on here in college, the final product, it's not a degree or a grade or a diploma. The final product is you. Hey there, everyone. Welcome to History 105, United States History to 1877. My name's Dr. Kevin Krause, and I will be your professor here in this U.S. History course in the fall semester of 2025 at USC Upstate. I really hope that you all had a good summer, and I hope that you're ready for a great semester as well. You know what the biggest factor is in whether or not you feel this is a great semester or that you feel like it's never-ending torture? The biggest factor in that is your mindset and how you look at it from day one. And that's what I was talking about in the beginning there. If you look at a grade in this class or a diploma as the only thing that you're after, then every assignment, every project, lecture, a test, or a bit of reading that you have to do, it's just going to be an obstacle, a problem, keeping you from getting what you want. Therefore, it's going to feel like a huge pain. It's going to make you feel miserable and stressed and depressed. But if you understand this time of your life and this opportunity as an opportunity to grow and develop yourself every day, where the product is not a diploma or the grade, but the thing that you're working on, the product that you're working on is you, then everything is an opportunity to grow yourself a little more, to grow your wisdom, to grow your critical thinking skills, to grow the person that you are, to have a richer life. Then nothing is an obstacle or an unwanted chore. Everything is positive. Everything is an opportunity. It's a blessing. It's whatever you decide to make of it. Folks, I promise you, I have learned that from personal experience the hard way. See what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, honestly, that type of mindset and determination, it makes all the difference in the world. Now, folks, this is just a quick introduction so I can explain in simple terms how this course is going to go down. And the most basic thing to know for this course is, why in the heck should you be studying history in the first place? Well, simply put, folks, understanding the country that you live in and the society that you're a part of and how it got to that point, that's what history is. And if you don't understand the most basic aspects of it, then you're just living in ignorance and clueless about everything that's going on around you, So, you wouldn't get together with some friends who are watching the final episode of a big Netflix series when you hadn't watched all the previous seasons or episodes, would you? They would all know what's going on and you would be clueless. Do you want to be clueless? No, I know that you don't, and I don't want you to be either. You want to be the person that knows what's going on and can guess what's coming next. You want to be the person who understands and can help explain it to others and cope while it's going on. But let me get down to just how this course works, the practical aspect of it. First, everything in this course happens on Blackboard. On the home base of our Blackboard course page, you will see a folder for every week of the course. And within each of those folders, you will see all of the assignments and materials needed for those assignments. So you'll see links to videos, questions that correspond with those videos, and you'll see the quizzes or what I call segment tests based on those materials. So most of the assignments in this course are what I am now calling segment tests. I call them segment tests because they are specific only to the segment of information that we are studying for that week. They're not cumulative. All these segment tests will be based on the videos and/or some reading material that I have links to in each of the weekly folders. And I usually provide questions that go along with those videos to help you keep up with the main issues and better prepare for that test that week. There will be 12 segment tests, and altogether they will make up 70% of your total grade. Now, you won't have one of those every single week, but you will have one most weeks. The segment test consists of a combination of multiple choice questions, true or false questions, and then questions where you have like an empty text box where you need to type in a short answer of maybe, like one or two sentences, or sometimes just a word or a date. And of course, when you take these tests, you need to download the Respondus Lockdown browser, which shuts down your computer browser and monitors and records you from your webcam while you're taking the segment test. I know that you watching this right now would never cheat, but you know that everyone else would. So, we're trying to make it fair for you, okay? There will also be 5 discussion questions over the semester where you give thoughts and opinions on some various topics that I propose. These short discussion prompts will make up 10% of your overall grade. And finally, you have one final exam at the end of the semester, and that covers some of the material throughout the course, and I will definitely give you a study guide that narrows down, what you need to exactly prepare for. And that final exam will count for 20% of your overall grade. The due dates for the assignments are always posted within each segment test or or discussion prompt. And you can find those in multiple places on the Blackboard page. You can find them on the main homepage in the weekly folders. You can also find them under the grades section. And you can also find them under the calendar section. And I will also send out an announcement on Monday of every week that gives the due dates and the descriptions of the upcoming assignments for the next several weeks. And sometimes I will have to make, announcements during the week, updating any changes or explaining something, and to keep up with that, one thing you need to do for this class and really for all of your courses is to check your email and your Blackboard announcements at least, twice a week, at the very least twice a week. Really, you should be checking your email and your Blackboard announcements every day. But at the very least, check it twice a week. I've tried to make all the directions and material as clear and as accessible to everyone as possible. But if for any reason you are confused about anything or have questions about anything in the material, you're always free to contact me. And the quickest way to get in touch with me is just regular old email. And my email address is kraus@uscupstate.edu. I look forward to getting to know you over the semester. I hope you'll have a great experience in this course and in all of your courses and all your time at Upstate. And I wish you all the best for your semester here at Upstate. Take care and peace. One last thing, folks, just if you were wondering about what the deal is with me, yes, I am in a wheelchair. I was paralyzed in a diving accident when I broke my neck diving into a swimming pool a little over 25 years ago. It was just before my 24th birthday, so I'm getting on up there. But anyway, yeah, I have, I'm paralyzed from the chest down, basically. I have limited arm movement, but I have no hand and finger movement. I have no tricep muscle to extend my arms. I use these things strapped to my hands to like type on a keyboard or use my iPad and hit buttons and things like that. But that's just a little about me. I'm totally used to this. It's no major deal. So if you ever have any questions about, my condition or experience, you feel free to ask. It's not a problem whatsoever. But that's just a little about me. And I hope that all of you have a wonderful experience here this semester. And I'll see you around. Take care.